Howdy, boys and girls. Welcome back to another video from the GPK Bounty Hunter. I'm Rob. If you haven't watched me before, thanks for joining. Like the video, subscribe, leave some comments. I like to have you guys do that. We have a new set out now. It's the first time in quite some time, well over a year. Bookworms. So, my collectors and hobby boxes haven't come in, but Walmart did have some of this. So I figured I would come on and rip this guy open for you. You can see what all's in this. So these little mega boxes here have some cards called gross adaptation cards that are only in these. Now, from what I'm seeing, there should be a version of this called the toy aisle version. I don't think anyone's seen those surface yet. I don't know if it's literally in the toy aisle or if they just call it that because why not? But everyone I've seen that has this look to it just has the normal cards. So the difference is you're going to have certain cards that do not have an A or a B, and that can come in either mega box. And then you're going to see some of the higher number cards that have A and Bs, and those are apparently going to be some of them in one, some of them in another. Like I said, nobody seems to have seen those toy aisle ones yet. Like I said, don't know if they're in the toy aisle, but I have checked many of the toy aisles. I've only actually found one Walmart that had any of these. All the rest of them I've been checking since release day on Wednesday, and no good. Not finding anything. I finally found these guys yesterday. Uh, so let's get into this. Let's see what's in here. So far from what I've seen, this seems like a really cool set. Wasn't the biggest food fight fan, uh, so I'm glad to see some new stuff. From what I've seen, I kind of like this. I think it's probably one of the best sets since Revenge of the Horror. Now these guys right here, these mega boxes, seems like they can have greens and golds for your colored parallels, and they can have plates, they can have autographs, but no sketches from what the odds show. And as far as I've seen, I haven't seen anyone post that they've pulled a sketch. So we know these are a whole lot of empty space. So Dan the Man opened one of these earlier. Urgh. Oops. Packs flying everywhere. Let's see if we can reassemble this. This is really hard to do. There we go. Stick this guy over here. 17 packs of goodness. Let's see what we can pull. Also from Mr. Dan, I know that these aren't as easy to open up as the other packs. She used to just kind of tug on this, but everyone I've seen doing that has a problem with them. But apparently, if you split them right down the middle, easy peasy. Thank you, Dan. That was good advice. So these have several 9 card puzzle backs, and then a huge one. I don't even remember how many it is, but it's a whole lot of them. That is Tom Bunk art with lots of pop culture icons. There's even a legend that tells you exactly which thing each pop art is. And I'm going to attempt. Whoops. Let's have the camera fall down. That's good to do right in the live video. Okay. Well, now we got to fix everything. That's good. That's as low as that's going to go. There we go. Hey, we got cards now. Okay. Watch You. This is a 1984 reference, George Orwell. I'm going to try to name off as many as these I can, but this probably won't be my forte like the horror stuff is. Winnie the Pooper. Got a Winnie the Pooh reference. Dive Dawn. Probably 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, something like that. First Booger Green, Mike Precious. That would be a Lord of the Rings reference. Got a lot of chopped off fingers with rings on them. Juice James. This is our first gross adaptation card. As you can see, these are that's Big James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. Striped Stephanie. I don't know what this would be. I know there's a Reading Rainbow card. This is not it. Tell me in the comments. Wormy Willis is just a bookworm reference, as far as I can tell. Freaky Franz. What's this one, folks? Tell me, tell me, tell me. I want to know. If you did notice, I rigged up a new light setup. The camera I'm using does have a ring light on it, but man, it just puts glare right smack dab in the middle of the cards. So it's kind of annoying some viewers. So fix it up. All right. Pack number 2. Here we go. Try to move it along. I know this one's going to be a little longer since it's 17 packs. There's some of that Don Bunk art there. Okay, just do that. Shadowy Shawn. This is a really cool picture, but I honestly don't even know what this is. Some kind of the Shadow, or I don't know, Scarlet Pimpernel. I'm not sure on that guy. Step Scotty. Got a lot of reprints of our OS characters in book things. It's a toilet repair for dummies. Lionel Witch in the Wardrobe. C.S. Lewis, Lion Witch in the Wardrobe. Gag. Research Ralph. I think it's just a kid who's a little nerdy and doing research with an infinite barf loop on his head. Hoodie Heidi. We got Little Red Riding Hood. These need more space over there. Romantic Roman. That's the guy with his chest exposed on every romance novel. Chiseled Chip, a Pinocchio reference. Lightspeed Livingston. Some kind of pigeon. I don't know what reference that is. Give me a shout out if you do know. I didn't see a gross adaptation. Oh, that's right. You only get, they say the regular ones are one out of every 2 packs, and the AB type ones are one out of every 6 pack. So in theory, this pack should have one. See if we can buck the odds and get a gold. I think the golds are going to be a little tough to get in this set. A lot of packs, still only 50 golds. Crafty Coraline. I think this one's going to be quite the popular card. I think a lot of people are going to want to do it. It was a cool movie. Shady Charlotte. Charlotte's Web. It says tastes terrific in the web right there. Pretty cool. Homeless Hazel. Don't know what that one is. If somebody knows, let me know. Cat in the Hattie. Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat reference. Wormy Willis. Now with more booger green. That looks good on that card. Yeah, Worm really works well with it. Nearsighted Nadia. Anna Achu. Looks like a book vendor of some kind that has a little snot problem. Zed Phones. Got audiobooks on his headphones on each side of his head. So what do you guys think about this set? You loving it, hating it? Think it's more of the same fluff? I really don't. I'm not the biggest 35th anniversary or Food Fight fan, uh, but I think this one has a lot of potential. I'm not the biggest scholar in the world, but I know books pretty well, and I think they did a lot of cool references. Speaking of our throwback card here, Ned Head, Modest Madeline, Madeline reference, obviously. Fahrenheit Ferris. This is a Fahrenheit 451 reference. Great book. Mocking Janie. This would be the Hunger Games. Crammed Chris. Just because he's on a bookshelf with books. Booger Green. Huh, and there's his brother, Dewey Decimal. I like that name a lot better. If you grew up in the 80s or probably 90s still, or before, you learn the Dewey Decimal System. That's how you kind of figured out where things were in the card catalog and what type of book it was. Wild Willie. Big fan of this card. It's where the wild things are. I hope most of y'all know that book. It was one I think a lot of us grew up with. Catching Ryan. I've yet to see anyone mention what this is, but it was a gag on Catcher in the Rye, which I really like that book, so cool card. A little new wave Dave flair. So far, out of 3 packs, only one of these juice gross adaptation cards, so we're not doing well with the odds there. If we get one in here, though, we'll be right spot on. No, wait, we've already opened 4 and only gotten 1. Unless I missed one. You can holler at me for being a dodo in the video in the comments if I missed one. Sure, we'll find it later. Charmed Charlie? I don't know if this is. I don't think it's. I know there was a show Charmed about witches. I don't think this is Wizard of Oz. Carnivorous Carrie, we already went over that. Red Riding Hood. Fabulous Fabio. Titular romance novel cover guy. Freaky Franz. Mean Dean. This one's a Walking Dead reference. There's one of the gross adaptations. So, if you didn't know, Walking Dead started out as a comic book. It's a really good one, too. It held my attention a little longer than the show did. Raggedy Reagan, a Raggedy Ann reference. Tidy Tina, looks like she got bisected by some books. GPK is gross. I wonder if Mr. David Gross did this art. Leering Loxley, Robin Hood reference. I was talking about how I really like this set. What are some of your guys' favorite sets? Obviously, you've seen my videos. You know I like the horror sets a lot. But I really like most of the theme sets. They've done a pretty good job. It wasn't until here recently that I kind of thought they were dead. Weird wrappers. Hard to open, but thin. Little Woody. Stream Jonathan. Still no idea. Crappy Camilla. Booger Green. Mad Max. Like that. Like the name. Peter Potter is the Peter Rabbit reference. Unless it's a Harry Potter, but I don't think so. Pierce Porthos, Three Musketeers. Experimental Xavier. Strange experiment to be doing on yourself. Never Ending Ed. It's a never ending story reference. One of my favorite movies as a kid growing up. It's back when I would go to my dad's house in the summer. I spent a lot of time babysitting myself at the TV. And I had cable. And man, they played that movie a lot. So I watched it quite a few times and enjoyed it. That one and what was the other movie I used to watch all the time? Cloak and Dagger. That one was on a lot. And I really like that one too. Plus, I'm from Texas, and that was filmed in San Antonio, so pretty cool stuff. Bookmark. Metamorphosis Matt. Panicking Piper. There's a Pied Piper of Hamelin reference. Man, got this camera set up a little different. I need to get better at the angles. Nat Rat. Well, I just told you what that one was. Ah, another one of the gross adaptations. This one is a Mary Poppins reference. Green Marine, Anne of Green Gables. LeVar Burton. This is a great card. If you grew up in the 80s, you know you're reading Rainbow, and you know this gentleman went on to be Data in Star Trek. No, not Data. My brain went south and I said the wrong Star Trek name. I'm not as versed in Star Trek as Star Wars, but it was the Oh, Jordy. He had the visor. And Wedged Wendy. Hi, Robbie. Got an iRobot book. I Human. It's Isaac Asimov. Pitching Harvey. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. 42. The best answer, as you know. Spam Sam. Great card. Got two Seuss cards in this one. I think Green Eggs and Ham was a better book than Cat in the Hat, so I dig it. Holden and Gretch for Holden McNeil from Catcher in the Rye, as we talked about. Ah, another gross adaptation. Untrained Tyler for How to Train Your Dragon. Bookworm Brent. Long John, like Long John Silver. Jagged Julius. Julius Caesar. And on we plow. Wimpy Kit. That's a Diary of a Wimpy Kid reference. My son loved those growing up. I would read them to him, and he would read them to me. They were pretty fun. Adam Apple. I'm a Johnny Appleseed reference. Lauren of the Rings again. Lord of the Rings. Sci-fi. More Asimov. Jab Juliet. Romeo and Juliet reference. A little Shakespeare. Pilfered Precious. This would be also Lord of the Rings. Ring. Coloring Book. Just a take on coloring books for kids. Sharing Shell. This would be Giving Tree. Shel Silverstein. Great book. Bring a little tear to your eye. Got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So we're just a little over halfway done. This is the part of the set where we're going to start seeing a lot of duplicates. Hopefully they're just B names. I got A's or vice versa. Building sets. Looks like Adam Book. It's going to be one of our puzzles. Hopefully I didn't ruin anything for anyone when I said Adam Book. Magic School Bus. Magic School Bus reference. Aardvark Aaron. Like Arthur, that was his name. Abner Underpants, which is Captain Underpants, which I always just kind of thought of as a rip-off of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Very similar formula. Unraveling Annie. Catwoman, another gross adaptation. So I like this one. Wish they had put the Batman card for the Dark Knight in this series, so we could have had both of them. Would have been cool. Slam and Sammy. I think we got. It might be Alien Ian, but definitely Spacey Stacy smacking them. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. That's a good one. Taryn Terry. I don't think this is any literary reference. Just seems like he's wiping his butt with some the school books. Yeah, leisurely. This is pretty cool. I think it's making fun of how kids aren't reading and just looking at their phones all the time. I think we're all kind of guilty of that, but kids really don't want to read anymore. I know, I've got one of them. This is a really cool card. Barbarian Brandon, Conan, off the wall Paul. No jokes. I get it. Grim Jim. Man, we're gonna get all the throwback cards here. Grim Jim, Grim Fairy Tales. That's a good one. Oh, it feels extra super thick. Don Panic, another Hitchhiker's reference, but Booker Green this time. Ah, Blair Trap. I believe this one would be Paddington Bear. And it's one of the gross adaptations. So I may have missed one of those extra rare, exclusive ones, just not knowing because they look about the same. Uh, Stalking Stella. I do not. I guess that's a Pippi Longstocking. Yeah. Look at that. I figured it out all on my own. Some Gruesome Gary. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, maybe? That'd be my guess if I had to make one. And oh, one of my favorite cards from the whole of the set, Hot Stuff Hobbs. The Calvin and Hobbes. Grew up reading it. I was a big into humor books as a kid. Garfield and Bloom County and Far Side, and you know, so it was goofy and funny, and I probably wanted to read it. Amassing a big pile of wrappers over there. Hooligan Herald. Little anarchy symbol there. Pretty cool. Curious Carter. Kind of an atom bomb take with Curious George. Except for he's not blowing up. I don't know if Adam's back there. If he got the button from Adam and sent him to his demise. No Clue Nancy. That would be a Nancy Drew mystery thing. That is not a gross adaptation. Thought it could have been. Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. I don't know if they have a Hardy Boys card, but that was very popular as well. Book Edna, like bookends. Lost Lyra. Um, this was like some kind of something Atlas or something. I know they did a movie based on the series. Gross adaptation. Dashiell Droppings. I'm guessing this is some kind of like mystery type book. I'm not familiar with it. Tell me how dumb I am and what the right thing is. Page Turner. This one's Grover from Sesame Street, one of our Muppet pals. Guessing they're just kind of doing it because they teach kids how to read and such stuff. Stack Stella. This looks like nerdy librarian type. 5 more packs. Thank you guys for putting up with the long video and listening to me ramble. Just trying to decipher all the stuff I can while we're doing it. Good night, June. Great card. Pretty sure if you had a kid and you read to them, they know Good Night Moon. Savage Simon. I like this one a lot. This one's a Princess Bride reference. Grandfather's whacking old Freddie Savage on the head with the book. Harry Haley. Kind of odd, but you know, they've done this gag before. Eggy Edgar. Okay, so we got the brother of the other gentleman, but this time a Booger Green. Hearing Loss Horton. That's a gross adaptation. It's also Horton Hears a Who. Dr. Seuss. So it's the third Dr. Seuss card. Sweet Treat Sawyer. Pretty sad they waited till '99 to put a Mark Twain reference in here, but you know, you do you tops. Uh, Mixed Up Mitch. I like how to make friends and influence people. How to make mortal enemies. They should have put the Anarchy Cookbook on this side. I think that would have been a better gag. Goosebump Ben. R.L. Stein reference. Or R.L. Slime, as he was known in 35th anniversary. Sure, we all have a little stack of those cards. Seems like every time you open them, you got one. A little more common than Adam Appetite. All right, Angry Ahab, Moby Dick reference. Comic Carl, gentleman who likes his comic books. That was me growing up, especially in middle school and high school. Pop Upton, I like this one with the 3D effect. I remember the pop up books when we were kids. We always loved to check those out, buy them at the book fair. We all remember the book fair, don't we? That was a glorious couple days at school. Red Eyed Robin, or Robin Hood reference, but Booger Green. Tom Trax, Polar Express. Close adaptation. Frisky Frida, that would be a Alice in Wonderland reference with the Cheshire Cat. This might be my favorite card from the set. Necronomicon Ron. I do believe they should have just named it Necronomicron and not had both of them. The wordplay would have been better than the rhyme to me. Or Necronomiconer, I think would have been a better name too. The brother to this, I don't know if we'll pull him, but I think they should have named that one Evil Dead Ted, because this is obviously a takeoff of the Necronomicon that was used in Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. Detective David, that would be a Sherlock Holmes reference. It seems like I'm going to get well over half the set, maybe 2/3 of the way there. So a lot of the cards, unfortunately, I'm seeing when it's coming to the other brother Daryl situation, it's a green one instead of a base one. And my OCD won't let me put green cards in my base set. Hungry Henry is the Hungry Caterpillar. Also, if you have a kid, you probably read them this. Hexing Hermione, a little Harry Potter reference. I'm surprised they didn't actually put Potter in himself, but this one's pretty cool. Wingy Winthrop. I don't know this one. Somebody will have to explain. I don't get it. I mean, obviously it's Evil Eddie Nasty Nick going on here, but don't know the reference of what book that's from. Diary Danny or Diary Wimpy Kid. Aha! I believe this is going to be one of those high up gross adaptation cards. Colossal Clifford. Who doesn't remember Clifford the Big Red Dog? I'm correct. Button Betty, Coraline sibling. Ward Wilbur, named after the pig Wilbur that was in Charlotte's Web. And Wrecked Warren. All right, 2 down. No hits, but that seems to be pretty common for these mega boxes, which is fine. It's great for starting on your set, getting some greens, having fun opening cards. There's been a lot of discussion about how few hits there seem to be in this series. I'm sure after opening a ton of it, it might get kind of old, but this is brand new. I'm happy just to see some new cards. Mucus Martin, some book about Martians. I don't know if this was War of the Worlds a book before it was a movie, TV series, whatever it was. Marcus of Zorro, Mark of Zorro reference. There's the Z. Pretty cool card. Ambush Art. This would be King Arthur, Excalibur, Camelot reference. Dueling D'Artagnan in the Book of Green. Yeah, dropping off Dorothy, another gross adaptation. I think that one's pretty funny. Big fan. Zeta Kitty. Still Jill. Vera La France. Like Viva La France. The Madeline reference. All right. Any last pack magic? I'm going to wager no, but you never know until you're done. My aim is to be able to put this one out quick so you guys can see the set really early on. I know these mega packs have been a little tough to find at Walmart. I agree with you. But so this is going to be a non-edit. Just going to go out the way it is. Berenstain Stan. Mandela effect card that people will argue till they're blue in the face. Uh, Berenstain Bears grew up reading this a lot, so cool card. Magic Merlin. Sorcerer's Apprentice. He got his owl friend. Flattened Frank. Mary Shelley Frankenstein reference. Jammed Up Johnny Appleseed. And, well, we did get a cool card, but no hit in this. James Bond, Ian Fleming reference. Gross adaptation. Book Bernie. I like this because it's making fun of Fahrenheit 451, plus also making fun of the people who think it's a cool idea to censor stuff. I'm guessing if you like Garbage Pail Kids, you probably don't like censorship, so cool card. Hungry Katniss, Hunger Games, Katniss. Yeah. and Bewitch Whitney, our final card. All right, guys. Uh, Thanks for tuning in. I do have another video I've already filmed, but that one's gonna take some editing, so it'll be a little while before that one comes out. Hopefully, I can finish it up this weekend, but no promises on that one. It's one about packaging your cards and remove wax stains and stuff like that. So you guys have a great weekend. It is Friday, and got stuff to do, but you guys enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.